Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for episode number 28 of our Pokemon Yellow Randomized Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we started making our way through whatever route number it is that goes to the east of Fuchsia City, because we have to do some training before taking on Koga. And once we finally defeat Koga, not this episode of course, we got a lot more training left to do, but once we defeat Koga, we'll obtain the ability to use Surf outside of battle. We can go back towards the SS Anne and see what that truck is all about. Then we can finally get Cut, we can get Fly, we can beat Erica, we can do so many things. But first of all, we gotta go through the Silence Bridge area and this weird maze place of fences as well. But of course, let's start things off with our usual team recap. Ooh, Jiggles needs a heal. We'll hang on to that for the time being, though. But we have Medusa, the level 35 Onyx. I think I gotta switch her out because she's at the one of the highest levels right now. Defense is 132. She has Dig, Rock Throw, Screech, and Bind. Next is our injured Wigglytuff Jiggles at level 35. With Body Slam, Double Slap, Sting, and Defense Curl. Gary the Gyarados at level 34 is up next with a 101 attack stat. Surf, Dragon Rage, Bite, and Blizzard are the moves. Blaze the Charizard at level 34 is next with everything in the 70s, almost 80s for speed. Ember, Scratch, Growl, and Leer. Next is Guar the Primeape, level 35, almost at 100 for the attack. He has Low Kick, Karate Chop, Rock Slide, and Leer. And finally, last but not least, Buster the Haunter. Almost said Gengar, but nope. No trading, unfortunately, means we can't evolve her up. But Buster at level 35 is, well, pretty special. 94 attack, or 94 special stat with Psychic, Confuser, Hypnosis, and Thunder. So let's lead with Gary. And then Blaze will be next. Actually, is there someone else at level 34? Nope, I misread the number. Alright, so in this episode, as I say, more training to be done. And we're going to start with this guy. What do you have? You need to use TMs to teach good moves to Pokemon. That is true. I mean, some Pokemon learn things pretty good naturally. I know at some point, I'm hoping, well, I'm not hoping, I know it's going to happen, but Blaze or Charizard is going to be learning Flamethrower. Excuse me, once we get more into the levels of, well, past level 36, because that's when he evolves, of course. Well, that's when a Charmeleon only evolves into Charizard. And in Pokemon Yellow, the standard version on my 3DS, we do have Charizard knowing Flamethrower, because I followed the anime as closely as I could. I made it so that I didn't evolve Charmander until, I think, when is it? He uses Charmander against Koga, doesn't he? It's not till after Koga that Ash's Charmander finally starts to evolve. It's a Lapras! Can we really hurt you? I just Dragon Rage. So, I was going to say, currently in Pokemon Go, Adventure Week is a thing. A lot of rock types appearing, a lot of new items being picked up. Not new items, but a lot of extra items from Pokestops. And I had an interesting start to the adventure today. I'm going to mention it again in the video I'm recording for Adventure Week for Pokemon Go. But I'll just mention right now, I got uptown and I started going around to see if I can get, some new Pokemon, some items and stuff. Not good enough! Never good enough. Actually, you could probably possibly be. Anyway, you have some HMs, right? Pokemon can't ever forget those moves until Gen 2 comes along. And Gary, whoops. No, Gary, we already know what you can do. Switch you into Blaze. But, interesting start to the day. So, as I'm getting off the bus uptown, I grabbed my phone and I was going to open up my walking app to, I always use the walking app to raise money for my local SPCA, Animal Rescue League, and so I must have misjudged the curb, because I'm stepping out of the door of the bus, I looked down for a brief moment to activate my phone, and I thought my foot was landing on the curb. Apparently, it missed, and I essentially face-planted on the sidewalk in Uptown St. John in broad daylight. Of course, nobody was around, fortunately. No one, I think, on the bus even saw either, so... Or if they did, they didn't care. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna go to Buster for the Thunder. But, interesting start. I kinda hurt the knee, and that's what I like about recording this right now, because I can sit back, my legs aren't moving. Now, I'm recording Pokemon Go, I'm recording, basically a little bit every single day, so I'm thinking for the next video, I'm gonna showcase sort of, several days worth of adventure, and kind of recap everything at the end. How do we really hurt you? We're gonna go to physical Pokemon. Let's go back to Blaze. And, what was I gonna say? But yeah, so part of the video, well, of course, Pokemon Go, I'm gonna be out walking around, right? So, it kind of hurts the leg a little bit to walk right now. The knee landed pretty hard on the ground. I kind of hurt my hands a little bit, but that's just, little cuts. And I'll be alright for that. And the knee will be fine, too, over time, but I guess I kind of like this right now, sitting back, recording a nice, simple Pokemon Yellow Randomized Nuzlocke in which we have nothing to fear. Now, it is, like, I'm pretty busy this weekend. It's going to cut into my recording time and basically just my enjoyment time of the Pokemon Go Adventure Week event going on. My computer lagged for no reason, and we're back. Weird. Why does it keep doing that? Why do you have 2 Beedrill? That's kind of weird, too. Anyways, we are back, and what was I just saying? Something about Adventure Week. It's going cool. If you guys are out there playing Adventure Week in Pokemon Go, how's your adventures going? Have you found some cool Rock-type Pokemon out there? I'm sure you must have at this point. The wind turned evil. I'm beat. I guess I'll fly home. Show off? I can't get fly. I need cut. I need cut for so many things. Like encounters. I had an encounter down below, right? Yes, I already did that. What did I even get? That was a Marowak. I fought you. Okay. Good stuff. And what is the next? Well, I can't get an encounter on this route until I have cut. What are you looking at? I'm looking at a biker, I guess? So, what was I going to say? I'm recording this late at night. I've got to have it recorded and ready to go for tomorrow because I have an early start tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can do a bit of recording early in the morning, but the bulk of the recording is going to happen later on in the evening when I'm going to have more time to get items. Don't constrict me. More time for items, more time to just wander around aimlessly, as Team Instinct tends to do, and try to see if I can find some... I'm looking for another female Onyx. I have 4 currently. Excuse me, spoilers for later on when you check out Pokemon Go video, but I've got 4 on the go right now, 4 female. I'm trying to find a Pokemon Go representation of course, Medusa, as we have here in Pokemon Yellow. Excellent, breaking through confusion, good stuff. As soon as I have my 5th female Onyx, I can choose which one has the best stats to become the in-game Medusa. Pikachu! We're switching into Medusa! Speak of the devil, here she comes. Anyways, what was I just saying? Looking for Onyx. I think that's basically it. Essentially, once I do find the 5th female Onyx, I'm going to be able to start collecting a bunch of others if they show up enough, and choosing one of them, or one of those next 5, to be my eventual Steelix. Which is going to be pretty cool to have that on the team as well. Dang! Stripped gears! Okay. Get lost! I'm working on it. Blaze is okay. Okay, he was confused, that's right. That wears off after battle. And isn't it funny how some conditions, they are, I wouldn't say permanent, because you can heal them, right? But the ones that stick with you after battle, sleep, poison, paralyze, I didn't want... Oh, I guess I did want you to move. I always go with bird Pokemon. It would have been really bad if I had gone down 1 square and he came up, because he would have blocked the entire path towards the hidden item I'm going to go pick up in just a moment, as this bird keeper sends in a Cubone. Your defense is decent, so I'm going to go with the Stab Ember, special based, yeah, critical hit as well. Down goes Cubone. I'm still looking for more of those in Pokemon Go as well. Okay, you don't learn rock attacks, do you? I don't think so. But yes, Pokemon Go Adventure Week is going pretty cool. A lot of cool Pokemon being found. I'm not going to spoil how things are going exactly just yet. I have a bit of a challenge to myself to find one particular kind of Pokemon. Do we learn Wing Attack? No, Slash, though. Huh, I wonder... So, in Yellow, I'm pretty sure Charizard learns Wing Attack when it evolves into, Charmeleon into Charizard at level 36. We're gonna, of course, forget Scratch and learn Slash. Always landing critical hit because of the speed stat, I'm sure of it. But I wonder when you learn Wing Attack, or if it's only when it evolves into Charizard. Maybe that's kind of a problem. I would have liked to get Wing Attack, although I could teach Blaze Fly once we do get that HM eventually. What was I get so sidetracked all the time. Talking about conditions, that's right. So things like Confusion wears off after battle, even when you switch them out of battle. It's kind of interesting how certain things linger and some don't. Like, Attract is a good one. Of course, not in Gen 1, doesn't exist yet, but I find it interesting how Attract wears off, like, it's one of those ones that wears off if you knock out the Pokemon that has attracted your Pokemon, because of course, the Pokemon it's infatuated with is no longer there. I wish I could fly like Pidgey and Pidgeotto. Too bad you don't use any of those Pokemon. Now, hidden item is just a max repel. I don't even really use repels. I like wild encounters as much as I can find them. Trainer tips. Look to the left of that post. What? I never know what this means. Is there an item in that empty spot down there? Maybe. Have I ever figured that out before? I can't even recall. I'm to the left of the post. Okay, we got 2 trainers there. What is this number, or this number? What does this thing say? Trainer tips. Use select to switch items in the item window. I know all about that, especially when I deposit the bicycle. Gotta bring it back. Fun times. Let's deal with... Wait. Can we come around? We can. Can we see if there's a hidden item? We can. Is there a hidden item? Probably not. Oh, there is! Calcium! Special stacking increase. Could sell it for money, though. Anyway, more training to be done. My cute Pokemon wish to make your acquaintance. Which cute Pokemon is that going to be? Or is it going to be multiple cute Pokemon? That's the interesting thing with Pokemon. It is plural and singular. That's not very cute. I mean, I like Blastoise. I'm more into, you know, the Squirtle stage, but... I'm gonna say Buster is gonna be the way to go with Thunder, of course. And you can't bite me. See? I knew you were gonna try that. You're so predictable, Blastoise. I didn't know you were gonna dodge, though. And you go for a bubble. What, are you trying to lower my speed stat? No, thank you. Now then, will you survive a Thunder? We are 8 levels above? Okay! No way are you taking that one. I feel there's not really much to talk about, because, like, this is just basic grinding. I gotta think of stuff outside the box to talk about. Actually, something just comes to mind. I had recently, well, I think I was mentioning in a previous, maybe episode of Yellow, or maybe during the TCG video this week, I mentioned how I had a special sort of thing that I was going off to take care of. No, it was during the news thing on Wednesday. That Wednesday evening, I did have something going on that I had to sort of prioritize and take care of. And I can now mention, because it's been uploaded, that Professor Chaz was invited to join another channel on YouTube for one of their videos. Very cool stuff. I've made the big time. I'm being requested. Or rather, I kind of threw myself into it, because the thing is, it was a video playthrough of, you can see back here behind everything, the Ghostbusters board game. Now, I'll talk about that in just a moment. Wow, you totally won! Let's deal with some more trainers here, and I'll tell you all about the Ghostbusters board game and the video. You have to make Pokemon fight to toughen them up. That is certainly one way to do it. You can always go to Gen 7 and throw them in the Poképelago, the Isle Level Up, and they can gain some experience there. But battling is more fun. Plus, you get EVs for doing that, too. Wow, your badges are too cool! I only have 2 badges. Is that a shot at me? They're too cool? I only have 2, right? I only got 2. That's right. Anyways, Junior Trainer Female sends Sandslash. Who did I send in? Medusa. Not the best. Let's go ahead and switch over into Gary. But yeah, so I joined some friends for playing the Ghostbusters board game to show basically what it is, because it's a channel that they have called Cards and Boards. Or is it Boards and Cards? I might have mixed that up. I'm sorry if I messed it up, but either way, it's one or the other. And they review board games and card games and various different kinds of strategy games like that. And they had mentioned to me that they wanted to do a playthrough of the Ghostbusters game, but it's kind of pricey, and they weren't sure if, you know, it was worth the investment to play for the channel. That's when I said, well, you know what? I happen to have that. I can let you guys borrow it. And then I had a thought, wait, why don't we sort of do a co-op between our 2 channels? So I went over to their place, and we did a recording of the playthrough of the board game. I'm not going to spoil how things ended up, but I will just say it's a very challenging board game. Has anyone out there ever played? In fact, let me just show you what it looks like, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to move all my stuff. Normally, Willow is here to knock all of my stuff down for me, but I'll take care of it myself this time. Let's get this Ghostbusters board game displayed right here. Does anyone out there have this game, or if not, have you at least played this game? And if so, what do you think about it? Me? I say, it's a very challenging game. It's a co-op game where the players all work together, and hopefully you win. Probably you won't, but as long as you go in playing it to have fun and not necessarily focusing on just winning as the end result, it's a good time. You got those badges from gym leaders, I know! Very clever, you figured that one out. North to Silence Bridge, Route 13. Said that out of order. I don't care, we're okay, let's go. Do you want a Pokemon with me? Okay. Let's see what this beauty has in store for me. It is a Tentacool, which doesn't rhyme with what I was going for. But you got some water attacks, so we're switching out into... Who's our best? We're gonna go to Guar. Let's get our Primeape in here. What are you gonna do to Guar? Nothing. That's what. We're gonna karate chop you into submission. In fact, we could teach Guar submission later. Probably won't. It's recoil. I don't really like the recoil stuff, you know? I don't want my Pokemon getting hurt. Anyway, without rambling about that too much, I'll just say that the video, I'll link down in the description below. Should I put a comment? I'll put it in the description. And you can go check out our playthrough of the Ghostbusters board game. I believe it's going to be a multi-part video, and the first one has gone up today. So, go ahead, check that out, and check out the... Let me just make sure I got this right. I want to say the name properly. Where are we looking at? I know this is wasting time. I apologize, but I gotta find out. I'm one of these people that, if I can't figure it out, it's gonna nag at me and nag at me and nag at me. I gotta watch the video too, see how well we did. It is Cards and Boards. There we go. Alright, so go check out Cards and Boards' channel, see what other videos they have for other board games and card games and such. It's over already? And in a way, when we started doing that... Wait, you don't know anything about Pokemon? Here's like cool ones. Is that why you had a Tentacool? Randomly? Anyways, so I found it kind of fun, like... One of the people that I watch quite a bit is the Angry Video Game Nerd, of course. For anyone out there that is of a younger age, bear in mind there's a little bit of vulgar language, we'll say, when AVGN does his videos and stuff, but I mean, that's part of the humor to him. Now, okay, I'll sidetrack this for a moment. I'll just say, people think, okay, I myself, I don't swear. You might have noticed that here on the channel I've never said a bad word. It's not because I keep my videos... Well, I do keep my videos, you know, PG, right? Or would it even be, like, rated E for everyone? Probably that. But, why are you gonna critical? Come on. Let's just take the thunder. Anyway, it's not that I have to purposely censor myself to make sure everything is still, you know, viewer-friendly for everybody. It's because I just don't have that language in my vocabulary. You know, I will admit, when I was a kid, I was kind of a bratty kid. I said things which, in the long run, I don't know what made me stop doing it. I think I just realized using harsh words like that hurts people, you know, hurts people's feelings and can leave lasting effects, I guess. And eventually I just thought, I just don't want to do that anymore. So, this kind of scares me a bit. Let's go into... Probably Gary's the safest. But anyway, so, where was I going with that? Just saying that I don't swear. You probably noticed that I haven't said any bad words on the channel here, because I just don't have that in me. And what led me to doing or saying that? I can't keep a train of thought on track. I've been paralyzed by a lick attack from Jinx. Nothing's going right for me right now. I fell off a bus today. The whole day's just gone downhill since. Actually, it's been a pretty okay day. It was so warm out there today. Here I am going off on another random tangent. There's not really much to talk about. This is just repetitive battles. You little brute. Thank you very much. I appreciate that compliment. I wonder which is stronger, male or female Pokemon? We had a discussion about that back in Pokemon Blue. I'm not going to repeat it here. Feel free to go and check that out. But I can't recall what I was saying about the whole... Hey! AVGN! That's right! So, I got into watching Angry Video Game Nerd, of course, as I said. Wait, who needs the level? We'll keep Medusa up for now. But one of the things he also does, the AVGN, of course, his real name is James Rolfe, and he has Board James, where he reviews board games. And now, again, talking about sort of like, you know, more mature content, he goes off on a pretty wild thing with the most recent season of Board James. And are you going to try to blow up? I'm not going to try to rock throw my Onix? Get out of here, Graveler. But I felt, in a way, almost like Board James when I was doing the playthrough of the Ghostbusters game. Now, there is talk of possibly teaming up with the Cards and Boards... Wait. Cards and Boards channel. I can't keep that straight. Boards and Cards? No. Reverse alphabetical order. Cards and Boards. There is talk of possibly teaming up with them again and doing, as I showed you previously, the Pokemon Master Trainer board game. Because it fits in with their board game aspect, fits in with my Pokemon aspect. It'd be kind of cool to showcase what that playthrough is like. It'd be nice to have a video on their channel. Well, basically a video on each channel. and a little cross-promotion back and forth between both channels, which I like to do. I like to sort of, what I would like to do eventually is almost be sort of a, I don't know, what would you call it? A promotional tool? Not a tool. Just, like, basically help promote other people in my area, and that's about it. That's all I can really think to say about that. We gotta switch into... I'm gonna say Blaze probably is our best bet here. Now, this is a stone evolution. It shouldn't have too many crazy attacks. Okay, good. I thought we were gonna fall asleep right there. Let's Ember away. But, as I say, I felt a little bit like Bored James in the sense that I started off doing video games and, well, specific video games, right? But then I was doing a board game, and it was kind of cool. Not that I think of myself as anywhere near as big as the AVGN. Maybe someday, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how things go. I would never presume to call myself anywhere comparable to anyone as big as that, but you never know. Things can change over time. 100 special stat for our good old Haunter. Almost like Gengar again. I thought we could take that Poliwag with our Charizard. Not bad, Blaze. We're almost level 40 already. Well, for some of these guys. Oh, I lost. Very astute. I want to become a good trainer. I'll train hard. That is the way to do it. Oops, I don't want stats. I want to move you, Medusa. Alright, who needs that next level? Since Jiggles is still hurt, we're going to let Guar take the lead for the next little battle. See what happens with this trainer right here. My bird Pokemon want to scrap. So anyway, just make sure that I've sort of recapped everything I was saying. I was on another channel, Cards and Boards. We did a playthrough of Ghostbusters. There's a link in the description to that video. What's with all the cloister on this route? Ah, low kick. It connects. Excellent stuff. Not a knockout. It's got defense. Oh, that ain't good. Okay. So let's go into Gary. We just Dragon Rage this thing. But check that out if you want to see what this Ghostbusters board game is like. As I say, it is a difficult game. I won't spoil how it ends up, but I will just say that the fellows over at Cards and Boards now have an understanding of just how difficult the game actually is. And infer from that what you will, until you go and check out that video. Sorry, Sandshrew. You're one of my favorite Pokemon. You're so cute. What did I refer you to before? You almost look like, oh yeah, like a Mario brick come to life. And then there was the whole thing about they actually are supposed to be Mushroom Kingdom citizens, and Bowser did a whole thing with that. Anyway, my bird combo lost! Well, yeah, because it wasn't even a bird combo. My Pokemon look happy, even though they lost. That's good, as long as they keep their spirits up. I found Carbos in a cave once. Highlight of your life right there. I found Calcium just a ways over there. Reminds me of, like, last episode. This one guy, have you heard about the legendary Pokemon? They're all birds of prey. Next guy sends out an Articuno. Standing right beside him. Okay, you can have confusion. You can keep your confusion. That is okay. Flinch it out. Once it flinches, we'll go for a Karate Chop and get the knockout. Oh, wait, critical. And a flinch. Alright, very cool. That worked out pretty decent. All I lost was my Rock Slide. I'm not going to need Rock Slide, am I? What's going to come in next? Like a Moltres? Level 36. Haunter. Well, you shouldn't have any sort of confusion attack, but the problem is none of my attacks can hit you. Tell you what, let's stay in. Let's lower your defense. What are you going to do to me? Nightshade? That's actually kind of bad. But no, we got 90 HP. I think we should be able to finish this... Well, we're going to be able to finish this trainer. Come on, get my Rock Slide back. What if I can go for one more trainer after this? Just don't paralyze me. That'd be annoying. Well then. Alright, who do we go to? I'm going to probably... I don't know, I want to get more experience for some of these Pokemon. I'm going to heal Gary. Let's go with a Super Potion. Get Gary back up to speed. We'll switch over into him and go for, well, definitely we're going to switch now. And go into Gary, go for the... Would Surf do enough for a knockout? I don't know. Oops, based on this, it's looking like this might be the last trainer of the video. Which is okay. Now, I guess, okay, question to you guys out there. Do you find it okay that I'm not losing Pokemon? Like, I've only lost 2 so far. I've even played risky a little bit here, too. Like, I kept certain Pokemon in, like, and those self-destructs of a few episodes back, those were insane. But I find sometimes a lot of people that like watching Nuzlocks is because they like to see the struggle and the trainers overcoming hardships and stuff, adding new Pokemon to the team. Is that what you look forward to, or are you enjoying the way I'm doing this? Look, see, I'm taking a risk. If I don't knock out Golem, which I'm going to do, it's a Surf attack on a Golem, but if I didn't, it could have self-destructed Critical Surf. Definitely the knockout. So, I don't know, do you like the way this is going, or do you find, like, how do you prefer watching Nuzlocks? Really overpowering challenge to the player, or kind of like breezing through the way I'm doing? Just messed up? That's about it for today. Carbos boost the speed of my Pokemon. So it's going to save it up right here, end off today's episode, and I guess what I'll do, I'm not going to grind. I'm going to finish training with Pokemon Trainers here on this route leading toward Vermilion City. After that, we're heading right back down to Fuchsia City. We're taking on the gym. You know, we'll beat all the trainers in there, of course, gain some more training from that, but just to add more challenge, I don't want to gain extra levels than we're getting from these trainers. So who knows what's going to happen when we take on the gym. Not the next episode, I don't think, or I don't know. It might be once we deal with these folks and go back down. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I don't think I'm going to fight Koga in the next episode, but probably the one after that, if nothing else. But with all that, we'll find out how that happens later on. I want to say thanks for today for watching this episode of Pokemon Yellow Randomized Nuzlocke. Of course, if you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down below. Leave any comments you want to have on the series as a whole, or just whatever happened in this video. And if you missed any episodes of Pokemon Yellow thus far, there's a link in the description to the full playlist, as always. And there's also some videos, or some links to some videos, during the outro to some other Pokemon content that I've done. And I just realized, here's what I can do during the outro. Not only will be a subscribe to my face button, there'll also be a subscription, or rather, would it be a subscription button? I don't know how it works, but I'm going to promote the Cards and Boards channel. You'll see that in the outro as well. And click on that to check out their channel and the Ghostbusters game that we recorded over there. But with that, we are now done. I forgot to say, subscribe to me if you're not currently subscribed for daily Pokemon content. That's about that for that. Anyways, before I stumble anymore, not even with my words, but maybe how I stumbled off the bus today. I'm doing enough stumbling for one day. We're going to end this right here, right now. Thanks for watching. Professor Chaz is signing off, and I'll catch you next time.